All right, what's up, guys? So here I'm going to show you how to do a live CMA, how to do a CMA live. So don't hate me for this. I know there's a lot of real estate professionals who are going to find this controversial. But the first place I like to start is Zillow. And the reason why I like to start at Zillow is because I'm looking for just an automatic number, just something to give me an idea of where the property is going to be priced at. So I'm going to take a look at one of the properties that I own. I'm just going to pull it up here, and I see $342,000, 800. This is the Zestimate. So this is Zestimate's automatic number. Okay, didn't have to do anything. Zestimate gave me that number, right away without trying. Now I'm going to go get my second automatic number. If I can find the right tab. Which I'm going to pull from something called IMAP. Now, this is just a public records database. If you don't have this, you can use realtor.com. You can use just your county's public records. Oftentimes, they'll have a form of this. So we're going to pull up the same address, 1611 Krista. And it's going to pop up here. And we scroll down. Boom, automatic number, estimated current value. Sweet. So we got 345,689. So now I have two automatic numbers. All right. Now I have two automatic numbers. These are just a good little price point. So it looks like these are pretty consistent around the same price. That's a good sign. Next, I'm going to move over to RPR, which is something you get for free if you are part of the National Association of Realtors. So you get RPR. I love RPR. When I'm on the fly, I've got the app on my phone. It helps out tremendously in a pinch. Or if I'm talking to somebody and they want to know what I think their property might be worth. So this is a little low here, but I think RPR usually comes in low. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you're using this estimated range, which is also around the same price. I know this property very well, so I know that what this is actually valued at, but we'll just say RPR 312. So we'll come down here, RPR, it did say 312, but I know it's really 340. So boom, I got three automatic numbers here, 342, 345, and 340. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, this is going to be more of a me thing, right? I've got to input the data into this one. So what I'm going to do is head over to the matrix, and I'm going to access Stellar MLS, matrix. I'm going to go to search, quick, residential, and I am going to look up active, pending, sold, expired listings. I'll put the property address here, 1611 Krista Court, St. Cloud, Florida, and I'm going to do it always within 2 miles if you can help it. Now, this property has 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. It does not have a pool, and it is on less than a quarter-acre lot. So with that, I should have some pretty straightforward results here. 82 is quite a bit. So I'm going to narrow that down. I know that this property has 1,534 square feet. So I'm going to go back to the matrix. So 1,534 square feet. So I'm going to go, we'll say 1,200 square feet to, let's say, 1,850 square feet. Bam, I just knocked off 30. Come to property style, and I'm going to make sure we got single family residence because this is a single family residence. Boom, we just knocked off a few more. Now that's pretty much good to go with me. So I am going to hit results, and let's see what we got by checking all these boxes over here. If I just check all, hit quick CMA. Again, this is sort of an algorithmic number, not really. It's just kind of pulling data and running it itself. You can see when we scroll all the way down to the bottom, we've got a ton of different comparable properties, 44 total. got active, pending, sold, and withdrawn listings. And it averages, sales price average is around $339. So list price a little higher. The max, we're seeing $415. If this house was totally decked out, maybe we could get $415 for it, but average, we're going $339. So I'm gonna go back to my notes. I'm gonna put MLS 339. Boom, now we got 4 out of the 5. Now, the last but not least, I like to use my CRM, which is Lofty. And Lofty has a really good presentation. I just like the way it looks. This is what I ultimately use to show my clients. So I head over to Lofty. It's going to be under Lofty Present. I hit CMA, Seller CMA. Different CRMs are going to have different versions of the same thing. So, I mean, don't stress it too much. I just like the way this looks. So I'm going to show you how it comes out. Okay, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. We know there's 34 square feet here. Continue. We're going to do within, we'll just go 1 mile, keep it short and quick. So I already know, based on what I've looked at already, what this property is going to fall into, the range. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to look for properties that are most similar to this one that I'm looking at. So you can see here we got this one, 3.2, 1,200 square feet. I like that one as a comp. 3.2, 1,800 square feet. I like that one. This one looks good. This one being at 410, it has a lot more square footage. So I'm just going to remove it because we have plenty of options to choose from. Being outside of the wheelhouse with the square feet just makes sense to get it out of there for now. 3.2, 3.2, 4 bedrooms. So let's remove that one. This one's a 3.2, 1,200 square feet, but it's got a 1-car garage, and it seems to fall outside of the norm. So I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to leave this one off to the side because it's comparable, but I've got so many options. Like, why use a 1-car when we have plenty of 2-car garages? 3.2, 1,500 square feet seems to be right on track with this property that we're looking at, our comparable property at 1611. So 345, we're going to leave that one. This one looks really nice. It's got 4 bedrooms, more square feet, so it's not going in there. 3.2, 1,900 square feet. So that one's close. I would include that one. I mean, it's just kind of outside the wheelhouse of square footage, but we'll keep it anyways. 3.2, 1,800 square feet. Why not? 3.2, 2,000 square feet. Now that's interesting that it's sold for 325. There must be something functionally wrong with this house for it to sell for such a lower price range with more square footage in the same area. Maybe they sold without an agent. Who knows? We're going to keep that one out since it looks a little bit low. 315, 2-car garage, low square feet. I mean, we're kind of seeing these fall around 345. So what I'm trying to do now is prove that price point. So I'm seeing this one here looks close. Yeah, that one's pretty close. We got this one, which I mean is incredibly low, but we'll include it. And we'll include this one. Coming down here, 3.2, we got 367, we'll include that one. And you can kind of see I'm going based off bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage here. If it's got more or too much less, we won't include it. And we're about to wrap this up here. So that was all just the sold. So let's get into the pendings. Again, we only want to use comparable as possible. 3.2, 3.2, 3.2, 3.2, 3.2. These are all great examples here. 3.2. Oh wait, that's my listing. All right, so that's it for the pendings. Now let's look at the actives. We got 3.2. Yep, 3.2. Actives are always going to look a little more expensive just because everyone wants the most amount of money for their home. So they'll usually list higher and sell for less. If we keep going, we're seeing some more here. I like the ones that fall into the range. Oh, no, that one's a 4-bedroom. I'm going to uncheck that one. Not that you couldn't use a 4-bedroom if you didn't have a ton of options, but because we have so many options, we're not including that. So you can see we have 27 comparable properties here. So let's go ahead and continue. Final estimated price, $353. So we'll go back to this. We'll say Lofty, $353. We'll go back into Lofty. We'll finish this out. I think I like that price. I might recommend 344. It's kind of a final endpoint there, including all these great comparables. So now I have a CMA that looks professional. Pretty confident on the price based off of 5 different sources. And this has a breakdown of all the different, where they're located, 3.2, the square footage, the price per square footage, all that fun stuff. So average price 352, average price per square foot 227. You can see we got a 317 to 389, approximate market value 344, which is right in line with everything else that we have. Sometimes I'll do a range here. I'd go 339 to 353, or like we had, RPR actually gave us 312, right? So 312 to 353. So I'm pretty confident in this. I've got a range here, 312 to 353 price range. And what I would do is just make sure whatever CRM I'm using looks perfect and aligns with that number, that price range, which I think it does. And I've been to this house, I know this house, so I'm confident in that number, in this house selling at that number.